What is up, everyone? The 25th Genius here, back with another Unordinary video. Today we're going to be talking about episode 161 of the newest season. As I've always said, Unordinary has been giving us fire chapters, and this one was not a disappointment to the fire that we've been getting the past couple of weeks. A lot of stuff happened, not as much as I would have hoped, but a good chunk amount that pretty much has happened. So let's talk about it. So we saw some epic teamwork in the form of John and Serafina. They teamed up against one of the many jokers that are running rampage in the entire school, and man, was it epic to behold. However, my favorite scene is when John is really trying to be cool with Sarah. She's just like, no, I forget. Don't think I forgot just because I'm getting ambushed. Nah, I forget, boy. Nah, boy. But that was a really good scene in that point. There's a lot of questions that I do have about the chapter, but let's take it step by step. So we're greeted with the teamwork of John and Sarah after John is trying to find a desperate way to really win back Serafina's trust. He finds out that she is being ambushed by one of the many jokers that have run rampant upon the school. I really like this interaction here because John is really trying to tell himself that is not him, which speaks more about what he feels inside of what he's battling with, moreover than what's apparent in his face. He's all the time trying to make himself believe that he is not a monster or what people assume, but he's the biggest hypocrite in the world, because it's not the fact that you're a monster, it's the fact that you think beating your people up senselessly is okay just because you have a lot of power. I'm with the whole I am not a monster and I'm trying to do good, but it's there's no reason for you to just beat up a bunch of people. And the fact that you're just really using this as a backbone of, oh well, that is not me, or oh well, I am not this person that people seem, you're just a freaking liar and you're just the biggest hypocrite. And this is why John is probably one of my least favorite characters at this point in Unordinary, just because of how hypocritical and just how irrational that he is. Now again, I do agree with the community in that I do think he has a mental illness, and if that's the case, my opinion about him will change a little bit, not slightly. You still don't have an excuse to beat people up senselessly just because you feel like it. But I really do like the interaction because it shows what John is battling with more than anything than the people they're about to battle. So then John obviously saves Serafina because, that's his deepest best friend in the school. And at that point, him and Serafina just starts tag teaming. And she's trying to figure out why is John acting this way, because he's really trying to play that he's not crippled. But it's just apparent that he pretty much is to an extent, and she's really just trying to figure out why you still trying to act like you're not, but I clearly know who you are, and I'm pretty sure the entire school knows, so I don't really know what he's trying to hide at this point. Well, maybe the student body doesn't know, but a good amount of people know what John is very capable of. But the one thing that I do want to talk about is something really small that was said in the chapter as is going on. So let me provide some context. So Serafina and John, they're fighting the Joker villain, and they're actually have the advantage on him as it's 2 against 1, and they're both very skilled at what they do. He says that, how dare you cripples do this to me? Now this is very interesting because everyone is aware that Serafina is not a cripple, but the fact that he still views John as a cripple, I don't think this dude is working with Amber, or maybe not. It's just a little weird that if he was working with Amber, or if Amber had any ties with John, they would know about John's rampage, to say the least. Because remember, there is another character in the show that hasn't been revealed yet, but he was the one who revealed to Cecily that John was the new Shadow King, and that Arlo was beaten because he used his ability of invisibility. But I don't think in this case that this guy is working with Amber at all, or maybe he's just unaware of John's abilities. But the fact that he calls him crippled implies that he means both of them, which again is very interesting. Either he's not a part of the school, or he just doesn't know, or maybe he has other vendetta and other genders other agendas on the list. I don't know, it's just a little fishy, but it's very interesting, the fact that John is still considered a cripple. Maybe I'm overthinking it because maybe I'm just overthinking it, and just many people just don't know he's very powerful. But to say the least, it was a little interesting in this part where he calls both Seraphina and John out for being cripples, and that how dare they do this to him, and he begins his onslaught. So again, a lot of good things that happened within this chapter. It's not really a lot to talk about because really we were just treated with a fight and a teamwork of a duo that we've all been wanting to see. And again, I'm mixed feelings too, in the sense of I don't know really how to feel about John and Sarah's just interactions at that point, because it's a part of me is good that they're being a team, they seem really cool, but another me is that I really just don't like John, and she really needs to get away from him as fast as humanly possible. So I'm conflicted. But again, we're just treated with a fight. What's gonna happen? Who is this mystery guy? I hope we get to see who is this mystery guy in the next chapter or so. If you have Fast Pass, you probably already know. But again, it's just all interesting to say the least. And again, Unordinary has been giving us extremely good fire chapters from the moment that season 2 has happened. And again, I just am really glad to really talk about it and really just do analysis on these chapters, because again, Unordinary is a really good webtoon, and a fact that a webtoon is able to stir up that many emotions within your body, really just make you happy, really just entertain you. Again, the author is doing what she should do. So she gets an A++ in my book about that. But again, just what is the mystery behind the Jokers? Is it set up by Amber? Or is it not? Well, I guess we'll find out. But lastly, again, amazing teamwork on John and Seraphina's part. Just perfect teamwork, and I have to enjoy it. And that is my video. If you like this video, make sure you support by leaving a like and a subscribe. But honestly, don't even like and subscribe to me. Like and subscribe to your favorite webtoons, even if you haven't liked and subscribed to Unordinary, because it really helps out the community a lot when you are subscribed at any point. Make sure you also heart your comments on your I can't think, it's the new year, your chapters, because again, it helps the author out a lot. And with that being said, I thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Peace.